Hello, and happy Wednesday. Welcome back to another vlog. I am clearly going to work. I meant to start this on Monday after I dropped my dad off at the airport, but I was so tired that I just, all day I slept. So, and then I was so tired, I still slept all day when I was off on Tuesday. So here we are, going back to work, and, yeah, let's start a new vlog. I did read a few things while my dad was here. I'm not sure if I let you know that I finished Lincoln in the Bardo. That was fine. It was fine. It was interesting, but I don't know if I wasn't in love. I thought it'd be a really good book club book. The Immortalists was fantastic. Loved that. Great story. It took me like a little bit to get hooked into it, but then once I was in, I was in. I loved all four siblings and their lives and following them through and the things that they learned. I did finish a lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee while Dad was here, and it was good. I enjoyed all the references to Rebecca in particular. I thought it was the kind of YA dark academia that I've been looking for that I haven't been getting, so totally love that. And I also read 2 books for this book prize I'm judging. I have 1 more to go, and so I read Unsettled Ground by Claire Fuller. It kept making me think of Cold Comfort Farm, and I don't know why, but it was interesting. Can't say a lot about it, but it was interesting. And I also read The Promise by Daymond Gallo, which is set in South Africa, and was incredibly interesting because I feel like I don't know enough about South Africa, and the more I learn, the more I'm like, I need to know more about South Africa because its history is kind of crazy and weirdly similar, but not to our own. And I mean by like U.S. history in terms of the just absolutely ridiculously rampant racism. So kind of interested in reading more books set in and about South Africa as a result. I did finish The Women's House of Detention by Hugh Ryan, which was our June TBR Lowdown pick, which took us so long to read because it is just so incredibly sad and upsetting, and we took so many breaks, Naomi and I, while reading it. We do have to have a discussion about that, so we're figuring out how we're going to even talk about it because so much happened in it. I think that really brings us up to today. Yesterday I started the Confessions of Frannie Langton by Sarah Collins, and I'm just listening to this because I had the audiobook from Libby, and in loving this, and I'm sort of mad I don't have a book to read along and mark up. This is about a young woman from Jamaica. She's a slave. She gets brought to England by her owner and is like left, and her dad, and is left in the household of this other white man in London, and she develops this relationship with the mistress of the house. And it starts off, the whole point is that she is on trial for the murder of the husband and wife, and these are her confessions, and it goes back in time and it explains the whole timeline leading up to the murders, and it is wonderful, and I cannot wait to see how it ends. It is so good. I'm like halfway through that. It is so ridiculously good. And then otherwise, I still have 1 more book to read for the book prize, and that is The Island of Missing Trees, so I'm going to try to get to that. I also have Sea of Tranquility that I want to read this week, or this vlog. And I also picked up, because they were available to borrow from my local library, the audio for The House on Mango Street, which is really short, so I should be able to read that. And The Passenger, which is also kind of short, so I should be able to get that. And I am still physically reading the Mindfuck series and A Strange and Stubborn Endurance, which it's just finding time to sit down and read has been really hard. So those are still going. Otherwise, that's it. I need to get into work. I am very thirsty. I'm very tired. Not as tired as I've been, but I'm very tired in general. I had a crazy week with my dad. By crazy, I mean like so much driving. So many, like, my dad kept taking me on these really long walks, like 6+ miles. And I never really slept properly the whole time he was there. He was here. We did projects at home. We did so much stuff. One of the things we started was I mapped out the footprint for the veggie patch I want to put in my front yard. So you guys are going to probably see me doing some things over the next several vlogs. I need to get my brother to take me to Home Depot to pick up a whole bunch of wood so I can fence it in. I gotta go pick up power tools from my mom's house. I gotta dig up ground. I gotta do all this stuff. It's gonna take forever and a lot of, so it's gonna be done over many weeks so that I'm ready for it next spring. But that did get started. So I am still editing videos for this week that I'm filming because I have a vlog that I haven't finished editing. I have an unhaul that I haven't finished editing. So things are going to be coming out like, I don't know when, but I'm making content, I swear. I'm just so very tired, but it's time to go to work. So happy Thursday. So I just got to work. We are still in car cam mode. Let's just go with it. I'm off tomorrow. Anyway, I just finished the Confessions of Frannie Langton on the drive over here, and holy moly, is this book fantastic. I need to get myself a hard copy of it, and I need to annotate it because it is so beautifully written and heartbreaking, and like you really want a different outcome for Franny, because you're just like, I get it. Like, I get why Franny did all the things that Franny did. But, like, you know it's not going to happen. But you want something to happen at the end that's just, like, saves Franny from her fate. And we all know from page 1 that that is going to be Franny's fate. It's so good. I know it's, like, queer, but I don't think that, like, I would categorize this as being particularly like romantic in its queerness. Like, I know that there is this lesbian romance that's happening, but I feel like that is part of the plot, but the whole dynamic between the different races and just the really sick things that were happening during the slave trade, particularly like we're talking about England, so like what the English were doing, and Franny's remarks on abolitionists, I think, are just so interesting and sound a lot like some things that happen today with like people who almost, oh, what are the words that I want to say? Like, there's a more of a desire to appear like you are liberal-minded and open-minded, and just instead of actually maybe 100% believing it in your heart, like it's more about you appearing good and charitable and gracious and kind than it is maybe necessarily about you actually embodying those things. There's a whole discussion here about how much white people like to read slave narratives and how they're written for white people to like feel something, some sort of way. Has that changed? Because like think about all the kinds of books that get written and published by major publishers that are like black narratives. What are the ones that they push? Like, a lot of them have very similar themes, and those themes boil down to like black trauma, right? Where's the black joy? Black joy is few and far between. And it's just a curious thing, because a lot of and though this is fiction, for the Confessions of Frannie Langton, a lot of the story comes from actual like writings and things and letters and stuff and trials and all kinds of things that are based in historical fact. So there are grains of truth to everything. So like, how much have we changed? Probably not a lot, because we really don't. And it's just so fascinating. And I know Naomi wanted to do this as like a TBR lowdown discussion. And I feel like she was like, Alyssa, I started reading it. She's like, Alyssa, I wanted to do this as a TBR lowdown discussion, so take notes. And I'm like, God damn it, I only have it as an audiobook and I can't annotate. So now I have to get it, and I'll probably like reread it and annotate it, because there are things here that like just we need to discuss. in an episode because this book is so good. This book needs to be broken down. This book is amazing. I'm so glad that Books and Bow, I think Naomi mentioned it once, but I didn't know what she was talking about. But then I watched Books and Bow talk about it on one of their videos where they went through like lesbian lit, I think. Something around lesbian lit, like maybe lesbian gothic, something like that. And if I can find it or remember which one it is, I will link it. But it's just so good. It's so stinking good. So yeah, I guess I have to go to work because bills and stuff. Next up on the docket is The Island of Missing Trees, and then that will be the last book that I'm going to judge for this round of judging for this book prize. I think I'm going to sit out the next round because next month is Women in Translation, and I really just want to read women in translation predominantly. I never really stick to a full TBR, but I want to get as many as possible. Our TBR lowdown pick is Elena Knows by Claudia Pinheiro, which is translated from Spanish, and it's an Argentine book. The author is Argentine. So that's our August pick. So great. On board for that. We're still doing 12 Moving 12 Countries. I have to go back and see my last update for 12 Moving 12 Countries if I have anything else to add to it. But I will definitely bang out a lot of things in August because, again, it's Women in Translation, and so I'm super psyched for Women in Translation month. Like, the closer we get to August, the more excited I am about this. So I need to build an impeccable TBR for August. And there will be some other things thrown in, like I'm going to continue with Daughter of Smoke and Bone, but and stuff like that. But yeah, really excited. See you tomorrow. Hello and happy Friday. So we are having essentially a treat yourself kind of day because Jesus has been working a lot and I am tired and my uterus is trying to kill me. So we're going to go to the movies this afternoon. We're going to go see the new Thor movie because I will watch Helmsworth in anything. He just said, do you want to go to the mall first? And I said, do you want to go to the bookstore? And he said, we shouldn't, but we can go to the bookstore. And I said, then yes, I want to go to the bookstore. So we're going to go to the bookstore after he showers. I'm supposed to be eating because I haven't eaten yet today, and it is 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. I haven't eaten anything yet. So I need to eat something. I also just got this really cute bag in an unplugged book box. So we're taking it for a spin to the bookstore. I'm going to find some food and get myself ready while he showers. But also I wanted to say that I did start The Island of Missing Trees last night. And I am shocked at how much I'm loving it. Like, one of the POVs is like this fig tree. I don't know what I did with my contour, but it looked normal when I filmed the video. And now I don't know what it looks like. Anyway, I love that one of the POVs is this fig tree. I like the little girl. I'm really curious to see where it's going. So far, the writing's really interesting. I'm intrigued. And I also read more, finally, of A Strange and Stubborn Endurance because I'm reading that on my Kindle. And I could switch to my physical arc, but I haven't yet. That comes out this Tuesday, and now I'm kind of kicking myself for not saying tutor. I would love a finished copy of it because I am loving this book. This book is so stinking good. I only made it to part 2 so far, but I just need, every time I sit down to read it, I'm absolutely loving it. And I just need more sit-down reading time, but hopefully I can get some more of that soon because this book is so good. Our poor main character, he starts off so traumatic. There is like something that happens on the page that is absolutely traumatic, and you're watching him go through the PTSD of this violent thing that happens to him, and it is so sad. And he's about to meet his like love interest, and I can't wait to see how this story like unfolds with the love interest. We're now in the love interest's little POV, and so I'm gonna find some food, like I said, and try to get my uterus to calm down because my uterus, man, my uterus. Anyway. Hello. So we just got back from seeing Thor, Love and Thunder. Loved it, really good. And yeah, so really enjoyed that. That was good. It was good to get out and do something. And I showed you some of the books I got, but I did add a final selection. So I did pick up a copy of the Confessions of Frannie Langton like I'd been wanting, so now I just need to go back and reread the book I just read and annotate it whenever Naomi's ready to read it. I'll read it along with her. I picked up What Moves the Dead by T. King Fisher, and really excited to have this. I have an e-arc of it, but I really just wanted a hard copy of it. I picked up this book, The Sisters by Daisy Johnson, because it just sounded like the kind of moody, dark literary fiction that I like, and like that cover is stunning. I picked up Elena Knows by Claudia Pinheiro. I keep saying it wrong. Jesus keeps correcting me, but like I can't. Gringa mouth. This is our August TBR Lowdown pick, and just to get us in the swing of Lit Women in Translation. So we're really excited to start this, and they actually had a copy at my Barnes & Noble, so I got this. And then this is the book I added in that you guys may not have seen from my little quick B-roll. And that is, I picked up the final Strife by Sarah El-Arifi. Might be wrong there, but I've heard really good reviews about this and the representation in it. At least I believe it has trans rep, and I know it has disability rep, but it's definitely queer. It's definitely supposed to be really good, and I can't wait to get into it. I read the first couple pages while I was in the store, and it does sound really good. And this map is everything. Like, it's beautiful. It's full color. It's gorgeous. So really excited to finally have this and maybe get to reading it. So I'm going to take these out of the kitchen, and I'm going to make some food. I got this book a while back from a publisher, 100 Days of Real Food Meal Planner. I guess this is a blog that does a lot of like meal planning and family food prep and stuff like that. So I got this from William Morrow a while back. And there's a couple things in it I actually really like. There's not a ton of recipes in this. It's more about like how to plan out your meals. And then I have another book from them that has more meals. But I honestly find that I go to these a lot. So I make this tamale pie, which I call white people taco night, because it's really not a tamale pie. It's not a tamale in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that it uses cornmeal. But it's very good. And I have some stew meat that I'm going to use instead of ground beef, and we're going to make basically a steak tamale pie. And that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to put on an audiobook. You guys are just going to watch me cook, and that's really it. That's this update. I need to listen to something, do something, because I have not. I've read a little bit of the Mindfuck series today, but that's about all I've done today. And I want to adjust some stories. So I think I'm going to listen to The House on Mango Street, because it's about 2 hours long, and that will be pretty much the time that I'm going to be cooking. I should be able to finish that. So I think that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to tee everything up. got jalapeno in my eye per usual. I always forget I have jalapeno on my hands, and then I stick my finger in my eye because I get an itch. Jalapeno eye. Every freaking time, without fail, I managed to get jalapeno in my eye. So, no, I didn't burn my eye. Or I didn't get a black eye. That's jalapeno eye. I did burn it. Things I also burnt. I was wondering what that smell was. This towel. Doing great here, guys. I'm doing great. This is basically the tamale pie. I made more pie filling than tamale this time, but should still be good. And I'll show you when it gets out of the oven, I guess. Here it is in all its glory. White people taco night. It's delicious. Not authentic, but delicious. I feel like most of this vlog is being done from the car, but hi! How are you guys? Welcome back to the car. I have a smoothie, I have all my goodies for work, and we're gonna get ready to go. It is still like obnoxiously hot outside, so that's fun. I think we're all dealing with that this week. And I'm going to hop back into the island of missing trees and on the drive up. And I just wanted to say that, like, I really enjoyed The House on Mango Street, and now I'm like, crap, now I need this book because it was just wonderful, and I would like to see more from the author because I really did enjoy her writing. She definitely, I think I said this yesterday, I'm not sure, she definitely is giving me like Clarice Lispector vibes in terms of the way that her short stories are written. I'm still looking for that short story collection. I forgot to look yesterday when we were in Barnes & Noble. I'll have to look again. There's still a few things I really want. Like, I really want to read Call Me By Your Name and the Nancy Mitford. I think it's Nancy Mitford, like Love in a Cold Climate. I think that's Nancy Mitford. I still want to read those at some point. I had them in my hands yesterday and then I put them back. So we'll get them at some point. And yeah, I guess I'm off to work. I'm off Sunday and Monday. I don't know when I'm going to end this vlog, but probably Monday maybe. I'll wrap it up so I can get it out next week. I have to do a whole bunch of editing for TBR Lowdown and like computer work for TBR Lowdown because we're about to enter season 2 and I want to like refresh some of the graphics and stuff and just give it a new kind of look. And I'm hoping that like every season we can kind of move towards a more solidified look of all of the visuals for TBR Lowdown. Which is kind of hard because both of us work on it. When you have two brains working on something, sometimes they don't mesh, but I kind of like what Naomi's doing sometimes when she makes certain graphics, and like my graphics aren't jiving, so I want to like make a more cohesive visual display or whatever. Really want to sit down and read more of A Strange and Stubborn Endurance, but like I just can't. I was so tired last night that like I just couldn't. I was going to read and I just couldn't. I still couldn't sleep though. Like my body is so out of whack right now, and I'm blaming my hormones, but like I'm so out of whack, so I don't know what to do. I think I'm gonna post my unhaul video on Sunday, which means I also have to start putting books up on Pango. Anyway, off to work. I'm gonna start my book. Stop chatting. Hopefully it's not a terrible day. Hello. This lighting is terrible. That lighting's also terrible. We're gonna go with this one. Hey guys, welcome back. Hello. Happy Saturday. No, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am off today and tomorrow, and like I said yesterday, I'm gonna run this through Monday, I think. Don't mind the chaotic mess that's happening over there. I need to shelve some books. I feel like that's going to be a tomorrow project. I need to finish scanning everything that was on the floor and then start to try to put them on the shelves. But today, he just asked me what I wanted to do today, and I want to be left alone today, and I want to just read. So we're going to have like sort of a mini reading marathon, 24-hour readathon, just by myself, Alyssa. Just a Alyssa mini reading marathon. And I want to finish Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandell and The Passenger by Ulrich Alexander Boschwitz. And this is sort of like a literary fantasy that spans 3 different timelines and does tie in to The Glass Hotel a little bit. And it's finally time for me to read this. And this is translated from German, and it is hailed as a remarkable literary rediscovery, a novel of heart-stopping intensity and harrowing absurdity about flight and persecution in 1930s Germany. This could hit a little too close to home because I feel like we are in about 1939 timeline at this point, but We Might Be Germany. That's my goals for today, is to finish these two and then read anything else I can. I might read some more Strange and Stubborn Endurance. And I just heard about this book, and I want to know if anybody else has read it. I just borrowed the audio from Hoopla, and it's called The Hollow Gods by A.J. Vrana, and it sounds really dark and like a dark fantasy romance that I would love. So if anybody has listened to this or read this, please let me know. It's from Parliament Press, and I'm always intrigued by Parliament Press, but I don't know if I've ever physically read anything from them, so I'm going to try it out. But if you've read The Hollow Gods, and it's a duology, let me know what you thought about it. So that's that. Anyway, enough yippity yapping. We're going to read.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
We're done. Book 1. It's about noonish, a little after 12, and I finally finished my first book. Why am I saying finally? I finished my first book in like record speed. That door's gonna bother me. I'll turn the camera so I don't have to see the door. Finished The Sea of Tranquility by Emily St. John Mandell. This book is phenomenal, and we knew it was gonna be phenomenal. Love the ending. Love this exploration of like, are we living in a simulation of civilizations always eventually dying, of living on the precipice of something huge and calamitous like a pandemic, and how little we know about it, how isolating it is to be quarantined, how just like important it is to like live your life regardless of anything else that's happening. Your life is important, and that's it. Like, whether we're in a simulation or not, who cares, right? A life lived is still a life lived. Like, live it well. And I love it so much. I love all of her books. I need to go back. I've read 3 now. I have to go back and get her earlier books that I don't have yet. I will get through her entire catalog eventually. I need to get the Lola Quartet, The Singer's Gun, and Last Night in Montreal. And I remember from the author talk where I saw Emily St. John talk at the Greenwich Library that she was saying kind of how she wrote this during pandemic and during lockdown, and she lives in Brooklyn. And there are like pieces of this that are sort of autofiction, like the book tour parts and a lot of the questions that the author in the book gets asked. She's been asked in some form on book tours, and it's just, I don't know, it's just such an interesting book to come out of being locked in our homes. And that's not like just like about pandemic and death and like that element of it. It's like there is a pandemic, like that's just like a fact. And there's many pandemics that happen over time, and there's many things that end civilizations, but like it's really about the people in these civilizations. It's so good. It's so freaking good. So, book 2, up next. I'm gonna walk the doggos and start The Passenger. And I decided that I think when I'm done with this one, I'm gonna squeeze in What Moves the Dead. So let's see if I can get through these 2 today, and then I don't know if I'll finish any more books after. I think I should be able to finish these 2, and then anything else I read will just be like Kindle reading of my strange and stubborn endurance. I'm so excited. It's just, I love a good like readathon day, and I haven't had one in a while. It just feels good after like all the socializing and work and like stuff to just sit and go into other worlds and just read beautiful writing and just book 2 complete. It's like 4:30 and I just finished The Passenger. I'm killing it with these tiny books. This was so stinking good. So the premise of this is that it was written by this man, Ulrich Alexander Boschwitz, and he actually escaped just before things got like really crazy in Germany for the Jewish peoples and the start of World War II. And then he wrote this book, but he ends up dying before it ever gets published. And then it was finally published. It was published in German in 2018, but I think it was published in English or before that. But he like had sent the manuscript on to his mother, and he died in like I think his boat was torpedoed or something like that as he was returning to England. He was like 20-something years old when he passed. So this is something that he wrote about that like time when it was too late for the Jewish people to easily get out of Germany. And this scramble of at the beginning of World War II and the beginning of the Holocaust, that fear and the things that were happening in Germany in that like specific moment in time. And your main character is just traveling the rails, just trying to like essentially buy himself time. And then it's just so futile because he can't escape. He lost that moment. There was a moment and that moment passed, and he just is scrambling to try to outrun fate essentially. And it's so good and sad and awesome. Loved it. Another 5 stars. So happy. This is a really good little like mini readathon. So next I'm going to start What Moves the Dead, but I'm just finishing up making some brownies. I might watch a little bit of YouTube before I jump into this little novella to get a 3rd book done. And then I think I'll just do some like Kindle reading before I pass out, and that'll be my little mini readathon. I think it's going well. I feel like I look a little crazy. Hello, it's like 7 o'clock and I finished book 3. I think this is really good. I liked What Moves the Dead. It's gothic-y and I just loved it. I now need to read The Fall of the House of Usher because it's the inspo. These creepy hairs are everything. I thought this was a wonderful little gothic horror, and I'm just loving the way today's going. Like everything I've picked up, all 3 of these have been just so phenomenal. Like perfect like mini readathon, impromptu 24-hour readathon. So I think I'm going to not read for a second. Oh, by the way, the brownies were delicious. I might still have some, but I'm not going to have any more tonight like to eat, but I have some for like maybe tomorrow. I'm going to put the books down for now, and I'm going to walk the doggos and like kind of like shower and do some like that stuff, and then I'm going to get settled in to read more of Strange and Stubborn Endurance. Tomorrow I'm going to start our TBR Lowdown pick, Night of the Living Res, I think it's Living Right Res. I'll put a picture up because it's almost the end of July and I need to have that read. And I think that's the plan. This has been so good. I highly recommend all 3 of these, and I love how like different these books are. Love. Okay, so I've got a nice gothic, rainy sound room on, and I am working on the Mindfuck series. So it's like 9:30, and we're at the point in like me trying to stay up and read as many books as possible before I pass out, where I can't decide if I should have a coffee or if I should just go to bed and be like, you read 3 books today, you're doing great. But I also want to keep reading. I know I said I was going to read A Strange and Stubborn Endurance, but like, I'm reading this. And I'm reading Mindfuck because, like, I just kind of like want to finish book 4. Do I make a small coffee, like a tiny coffee, like a little coffee, like a baby coffee, like, or do I go to bed? Also, I tried to do like just 20 minutes, not an actual workout, but just like me 20 minutes on the spin bike. And by actual workout, I mean like not putting out like a Peloton workout or something where someone's yelling at me. And just like catch up on some YouTube videos and try to get like 20 minutes in. I made it like 16 minutes. Does anybody else when they're on their period find it like almost impossible to work out? Like I can't work out until like the very end of it. Like I just physically, my mind is like, no, my body's like, no, my mind is like, absolutely not. Everything about my being is like, no, you are bleeding. You are going to sit on your butt and you're going to eat cake. I'll just make the coffee. I mean, why not? What the hey? Who needs sleep, huh? I'm trying to read, and this little lady is in here somewhere, sleeping. Hi. Hello. You won't go back to sleep? Hey, beautiful girl. Did it get hot under the blankie? Maybe a little hot under the blankie? I'm gonna get back to reading, okay? You're a good girl. Yeah, you are. You're a good girl. Oh, sleepy puppy. Mercy Moo. Love you, Mercy. Alright, it's 12:30. This is really hard because I'm filming content for 2 different things simultaneously, but I read book 4 and Mindfuck, and I'm gonna go to sleep. So that's like technically 4 books that I read today, but it counts as like 3 in a piece because I'm reading it as the bind up. So when I finish the bind up, I will have completed a book. So, man, that's a lot of pages I read today. I read 720, 113. No, I read like 850 pages. It's time for some sleep. This felt good. This felt good. This is what I needed. I needed a nice, just like Alyssa escapism, disassociating into books day. Perfect. This is what exactly what my soul needed. Hopefully now I can go to sleep. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy I have a day off. Happy why does he never shut doors? I know I'm neurotic, but like you'd think after 2 or 3 years somebody would just follow my lead so that I don't go insane, but I sometimes think that's all he wants to do is drive me crazy. Anyhow, good morning. Hi. Happy Monday. I am going to wrap up the vlog today, so let's get through today and see what today brings. I need to find the book I need to find. I did not read any more last night, sort of. I read the first chapter of Legends Lattes. Really liked that, so that's going to be added to the pile of things. I did read the first chapter of book 5 of Mindfuck because I just have to know what happens now. Because like as per usual, the books all end on a cliffhanger, so you need to know what happens in the next one, which is like great. I love that. Except for when it's like 1 o'clock in the morning and I need to go to bed. So we're gonna leave that. I pulled up Strange and Strawberry Endurance, and then I was like, no, Alyssa, you have to go to bed. So I am going to tee up my unhaul video to go live on YouTube, and then I'm going to start scanning some books to go into Pango, and then I need to, not scanning, I mean like taking pictures and stuff, because I can't scan them in. I wish I could. And then I have to go pick up my groceries, and I'm going to make some turkey chili. Oh shit, I forgot to take the turkey out. Where did I order more turkey? I might have ordered more turkey. I'll have to look at my order. I don't even remember anymore. But I'm going to make, the plan for the week is to make turkey chili, and then to make like a summer salad in my mason jars so that we can just eat them at work or whatever. And that's got like chickpea pasta, chickpeas, peppers, cucumbers, a dressing, arugula, and goat cheese. It's like inspired by something I found on Instagram. But first I need to get this video teed up. So let's do that so we can start posting some books to Pango. Let's go. Alright, so I have that teed up to go at 11. Let's get some books up on Pango so that there's something there when I tell you I've listed books on Pango.
Baby, it's a big dark world. You don't need to know about that. Don't need to know about that. I'll protect you with my lies. You don't need to know about that. Don't need to know about that. Just let me love you. 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 Just let me love you.
To make some meals for the week, so let's do that. First I'm going to put away a few things, and then we're going to make some things. We're going to make that summer salad. I got the water boiling, and we're going to make turkey chili in the crock pot. I just watched this TikTok of this mom losing her shit on her son because he didn't replenish the sodas when he took the last one. And I felt that in my being, like to the core of my being. So I'm just using Banza pasta because this says, and I will try to find a link to the post with this recipe, but basically the dressing is olive oil, lemons, onion, garlic, dill, salt, and pepper. And then it's canned chickpeas, pasta, one red bell pepper. They say an orange one too, but I was going to try to replace it with a goat cheese, but the goat cheese crumbles were disappointingly small. And have a cucumber and some black olives and some arugula. So let's get the pasta going, and it's just gonna sit off to the side while I do other things. And I guess this makes about like 3 jars of salad. Okay, for turkey chili, I'm gonna brown 2 pounds of ground turkey with like chili powder and whatever else makes me happy that's in the cabinet. And I'm gonna use white beans, diced tomatoes with green chilies, regular fire roasted tomatoes, and I still have extra green chilies which I might throw in. I usually also put in kale, but I don't have any kale because I forgot that I sometimes put kale in. So we're gonna start these jars. So I have 3 like quart-sized jars. I guess that should work hopefully. And I'm just gonna do like, I think it's like a tablespoon of olive oil in each, and then a juice of a lemon in each. I don't know if I have 3 lemons, but I think I have 2 limes and a lemon. I actually have 3 lemons. Okay, so we're gonna juice 3 lemons. And I guess I'll just make a little jar with these. Half garlic, onion, dried dill, salt, pepper. I have dill lead, but I feel like I want dill seed. It just says dried dill. Alright, now Alyssa, focus. I'm gonna finish this pasta as I start browning this, and I'm gonna focus. Because I need to focus. I'm getting distracted, guys. Definitely chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder, and what's left of my smoky turmeric in the turkey with a little salt and pepper. I'm also going to throw in some cilantro, I think. I still have half a yellow onion from the other day. And I'm going to throw the onions in the pot to sweat down with them with the fresh garlic on top of the powdered garlic because I just want more garlic. Garlic never hurt anybody. It's like cooking with the ADD lady. And I know like 2 pounds of ground meat seems like a lot of ground meat, but like if you saw how much my boyfriend eats, you'd understand that this is not going to last very long. All the garlic and onion and green chilies and meat all stew together. I'm going to just get these beans ready. I don't know if you can see that, but that's all like cooked. All right, so that's what it looks like for now. It's definitely better with kale in it, but like I said, I forgot. So it's just about like a quart of warm water on top just to get it some liquid to cover. And a little mixy, and I'll plug this in. I guess I'll leave it on low for like 8 hours for now. And we'll just get back to the salad. The salad's gonna be easy. I'm just going to put a tablespoon of olive oil in each of these, and then the juice of a lemon into each of these, and then I'm gonna just mix together the spices and put the spices between all 3 jars, and then give it a little swirl. Arugula. I'm going to top it all off with some arugula. There you go. It's just a little jar salad. So I can bring this to work with an extra little container so I can dump it out, or I can try to eat it in this. It's hard to eat in these, but jar salads. Okay. I gotta clean up and take the trash out, but that's it. That's what I'm making for the week. Oh my god, I forgot something. I want to put some frozen corn in the chili. So that's going in there too. All better. We are ending this vlog because I'm dead. Oh my god, I didn't film today's work, not this week's workout. I work out more than once a week. I did not film today's workout, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because that was horrible. That was like in a good way, but like horrible. I am so tired, and like you can't tell, but like inside my shirt I am drenched. Anyway, so I started this like 4-week class thing, like floor workout boot camp thing on Peloton just for shits and giggles. It's like 3 classes a week, which is what I basically try to work out 3 times a week. So it's like, let me try this thing because the Peloton classes really kicked my butt. Class 1 kicked my butt so hard that I am just going to wallow in self-pity for a little bit. I started the Night of the Living Res, which I think I was trying to figure out the name of this earlier. I did start this. This is a collection of like interconnected short stories. It is indigenous, and I need to do some research while reading it because I just don't understand enough about indigenous culture and life to grasp the full depth of everything that is being discussed in these stories, and that is my problem. So I am going to maybe read this today and then spend some time before Naomi and I discuss it, just breaking things down and listening to different discussions and reading some articles and things so that I can more fully understand what I'm reading, because I don't know enough about indigenous culture. So you know what that means? That means it's time for Alyssa to learn about indigenous culture, because if you don't know something, learn about it. So yeah, and then I also want to spend some time today. I mean, it's like 4 o'clock. I don't know where I'm getting all this time from, but I want to spend some time today organizing some stuff because I realized TBR Lowdown comes back next Monday. So in like 7 days, a week from today, I have to have an episode ready. I want new graphics ready for TBR Lowdown. I've got this vlog to edit. I've got another video to edit. I have so much computer work to do, and I just need to get it done. I'm thinking I might need to try out Notion to try to organize my personal social media and TBR lowdowns, my needs for social media for TBR lowdown. I don't know if you guys use Notion. If anybody uses Notion, tell me if you enjoy it. Do you think that's something that might work for me? I don't know. I think it has an app so I can see it on my phone, so I can do stuff on the go. The one thing I hate about not having a desk job is that I feel like sometimes these things are easier in a desk job because there's a lot more like downtime and you're staring in front of a computer. Like, I don't know, I feel like you can multitask computer work really easily when you have a desk job. I can't because, you know, I take care of living creatures. So creatures being humans. So it's just different. Anyway, so I've got to really carve out work time better in this second season of TBR Lowdown. Anyway, I'm going to drink my like superfood drink and try to organize myself. I'm not going to do a full wrap up of everything I read this week because frankly at this point I don't even know what I read. I feel like we've read a lot of stuff. I enjoyed the stuff that I read, and we will pick back up probably tomorrow for a new vlog. Yeah, that's it. So if you guys enjoy following along with my bookish life, if you like bookish content, if you like podcasts about books, all things about books, everything bookish, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in my next video, whatever it may be, because it's my channel and I can do whatever I want. Ciao.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go, come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think